Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha,
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens, episode 179. Today is Sunday, June 1st.
and we want to welcome you to our channel. Thank you for all the people who've been here before. Thank you if you're just checking us out for the first time. You're in for a good one because this is our May wrap up. So we're going to talk to you about all of the stuff we did in May.
Stats.
hmm
So, what's new with you?
Um, Not really a whole lot. We're kind of enjoying the warmer weather. Lots of travel happened for me in May, so just kind of settling into just some normalcy. How about you?
Well, finally hit the end of school. We had to go an extra 2.5 days. Boo. And um, So I am getting ready to be home for the summer. It looks really dark in here. Um, I'm in the living room, but there's so much stuff in here because finally kitchen renovation has started,
Nice.
which has made meals really interesting.
I'm sure.
So anyway, it's been quite the adventure to get through this part. And I had my all of my cross stitches in a cube system right back there,
Mhm.
and it is covered, and I was trying to pull everything that I thought I would need, and I missed some things that I did during May. So I don't even have photos. You'll see when we
Mhm.
come to it that nope.
There we go. Get ready.
Okay, do you want to talk some stats first?
Yeah, sure. During the month of May, I did 7,623 stitches, which is uh my fourth worst month of the year, but that's okay. I had a lot of things that went on this month. That averages 246 stitches a day, 245.9, but we'll round up to 246. Um, I started two things and I finished two things. So that's kind of my quick thing.
Awesome. You made me think, I don't know where this one ranks. I was trying to look. Um, but that's a good stat to have in here. And I think I know where this one ranks. I'm doing it really fast. I started the month with 148 whips, and I ended the month with 144 whips.
Nice.
Um, I don't really know how that works because, I probably have decided that I'm no longer going to be working on a project, but I can't, like, off the top of my head, pull that out. I'll tell you a little more later. Um, Something that I've kind of been working on during the month. So I had one new start and three finishes. I worked on a total of 14 whips, and I had a total of 15,532 whips, which is my number three for the year, my
Mm.
third highest total. So still my highest was in January.
My highest was last month. So,
And this month accounts for 19.6% of my yearly total, which is 79,169.
ooh, I don't know what my percentage is, but I have done 32,728 stitches so far this year.
So you'll have to what
Well,
was this month's total?
here
Or do you have
I
it?
can pull up my
Okay, I'll
calculator.
do a couple of things then. I worked on 14 whips. I already said that. My highest number of stitches on one project was 2,352 stitches, which was on Lottie Da's alphabet, and that accounted for 15% of my month. My highest daily total was 1,029 stitches. I only had one day over 1,000, which is a little unusual for me. but that's 6%. And my lowest was 25 stitches, which is 0.001%.
Oh, nice. So
And
it's so this month accounted for 23% of the stitches I've done so far. My highest was on Knowledge is Power, which accounted for 57% of my stitches. And I actually had days over 1,000 while I was working on a model. And my lowest stitch day was three. So,
and I worked on an average of 1.9 whips per day.
uh, yeah, I'm
Most
not sure about that. Mostly I only worked on one thing a day.
hmm um both of us, I think, have some makeup stitches to go on our 25/7, which is Society Stitcher, but
Yes.
it's okay. I have 50 stitches that I need to make up, but I'll explain that more when I get to things. Um, let me start with a finish. How about that?
Okay. Sure.
So my first finish, which was number 11 for the year, is My Home Sweet Home by Shepherd's Bush. It comes as a full kit. And I did, I only had to do 156 stitches to finish it. So it was 1%.
Awesome.
But I finished it at school while we were testing. We started testing at the very end of April. So this was in the same week. And I
Mhm.
had most of it done and just had to get a few more stitches in. So I love this one. And it means that I can start another one to take its place
Nice.
because I like these and I have a couple. So,
hmm
and then the one that we do daily. Oh, I should say my other two finishes. Number 12 was Hive Rules from Primrose Cottage. It
hmm
is at the cross stitch shop because it's being framed. I
Nice.
have, my family gave me the mounting piece that's shown on the front of the pattern.
hmm
And my LNS owner told me that yes, she would mount that and then get it in there. So we talked all about how she's going to get it in there, what it's going to be like, and she's
Awesome.
taking care of me with that. And then my third one was May's Lily of the Valley, which is part of the my stitching journal series from Cottage Garden Samplings. I would love to get that series done. May is as far as I've made it. Oh, High Rules. I had to do 1,827 stitches to finish, and that was 11.7%. And Lily of the Valley was 1,027 stitches, and it was 6.6%. So that was through number 13 finish for me.
Awesome. Awesome.
So then the one that we have in common, did you have a
hmm
finish during the month?
I did have a couple of finishes. So one of my finishes was on a model, and it was 1,051 stitches, which accounted for about 14% of my total. The other one I kind of started and finished without even showing it to you. So how rude of me. Um, but I took a picture of it. So I did School Mouse from Mill Hill. Um, James's teacher is retiring, and her last day was Friday. So I stitched that up for her as a little gift, and she loved it. So her favorite color is purple. She's helped him with his ABCs. I thought it was nice. So that was not including the back stitching. It was 966 stitches, which accounted for about 13% of my stitches this month.
Awesome.
So
Okay,
those are the ones I don't have with me to show.
so now we're ready for whips, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you know what? I should take a quick peek and then I will know because I didn't have those two. The other one that I don't have, oh, I didn't pull one out. I'm so silly. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong month. It would help if I was on the right month, right? Like,
Maybe.
wait, how did that happen? I don't have Pandemic out. I worked on it during the month only. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. I just put it on here, but I didn't actually work on it. So that means I really only worked on 13 whips during the month. So anyway, that helps though. Now I know I don't have to think about having it. I do have to find Zoom again. There we go. Okay, so whips. You ready for Society Stitcher?
Sure.
Mine is on 32 count Orchid Light by Color and Cotton using flosses, overdyed flosses that mimic what Katie charted in DMC. And it's
Yeah.
2/1
And mine is
or
on 32.
2/2. I'm sorry.
Whoa, yeah, 2/1 would be intense. Um, Mine is on 32 count Enchanted Forest from Forbidden Fiber Co. using whatever flosses I kind of felt like, and it is 1/1.
So here they are. I got all the gold in. I got the tag started.
Nice.
And
So,
some of the, I decided to leave the year 2020 because that's the year that BNS was created, was
mhm,
started.
yeah.
And I have, okay, in my screen, yours is showing backwards from mine.
Oh,
That's so funny. That's what had me distracted. Sorry. I started the steam.
nice. So, I will leave mine 2020 also, but I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm got about a week's worth of stitches I need to do, but I finished all of the, and it's kind of hard to see actually. I finished all of the kind of purpley color that's in here, but it's pretty light until you get something around it. So you can, I have the snail here, and I have that. So I'm done with all of that color.
Hmm.
So,
I'm saving my snail for the end. You can tell
uh,
where he goes, but
yes,
yeah.
definitely.
So I'm going to do all of the steam swirls. And we did, we were supposed to do 775 stitches on him
Hmm.
this month. I did 725.
I did
And,
554, but I've already done about 100 today. So I'm
and at
catching.
some point during the month, I got weird numbers. Like I must have just stitched along and been nutso.
Mm,
So I have like one day is 161 stitches.
ah,
I don't know.
see. Yeah, like one day, well, yesterday I was trying to catch it up and I got 229 stitches. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay up later to get to a
No,
multiple of 25. It's fine.
no. And I figured when I was playing catch up, it didn't matter.
Right. That's
Um,
kind
my next one is my work project, which is Hibernation Day by a Heartstring Samplery. And I did not look up a total for you on this one, and I really should because this was supposed to be my snow day project. I started it in 2022 and I did not work on it. I don't even think I made it through the whole um through like the whole snow season that year.
of.
But I think that was also not a very snowy year. So
Ah,
when I started, I had the basket, I started at the bottom. So I had these bottom two rows up through the baskets. And I think that I had just like the N on hibernation. I had
hmm.
this line of text. But so I started here with the N. So everything above that will be new stuff. I did 2,135 stitches. I still owe this over 3,000 stitches to make up the years. And sorry, my floss is hanging because I'm
That's
up to the
okay.
house, but I did a
Oh,
lot.
wow. Yeah, that's a ton.
I worked on this during testing. I have to work on, um, I can't have any technology. So I have to work on a paper pattern. And I got a lot done during testing. So the kids loved it because I finished a couple of things. And so I was changing projects and it just made it exciting for them.
Yeah.
But that one accounts for 13.7% of my monthly stitching, which it's funny. What did I say? Oh yeah, Lottie Da's alphabet's just a little higher than that. Then I get into mania stuff.
All right.
And I decided to do Carolyn Manning pieces. I'll put pictures up as we go along. So I did three Carolyn Mannings and one Lottie Da. My first one is Ruby, which it has. This one was really interesting because it has this color so that you could go all the way around the outside and have your
Mm.
whole border. But I was listening to Flosstube, heard somebody say, "Oh, I'm going to try and get 2025 stitches for the year, because of the year." And I decided, oh, I'll do that. And then I was looking and they had done squares as they went along. And I decided rather than doing this kind of thing where I'm just stitching with the color until I run out of it, that
Hmm.
I would really focus on a section. So that is solid over to here
Wow.
and up through here,
That looks
which
great.
is way more impressive than, oh, hey, I have crazy stitches around. I did think I could have finished this diagonal if I had done
Mm.
those few more down there, but I'm liking this and I'll probably keep going um, with this method where I'm just trying to fill in blocks.
Right.
Did you do a mania thing during the week?
I didn't really do any mania stitching, but I'll show you the next thing I did. It was a little bit themed. I didn't get very many stitches on it, but on May the 4th, I worked on I Love You, I Know from Rocking Horse Cross Stitch. And this is on a piece of 16 count black pearl Ada. That's opalescent from Jody. We got it in a black needle box, and here it is. I didn't do that many stitches on it. I did 53. So it's less than a percent, but she's
53
fun.
more than what was in, right?
That's right. That's right. I must have been busy that day with something else, but there it is. I really like it. I need to pull it out some more because it really is just like filling in on Ada, which
You
would
need to do
probably,
that when you're on a chat.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
just kind of,
sorry. I am like, I dropped some things and I'm trying to just grab stuff.
that's okay. So it's really sparkly. I'm doing Leia first and then Han will go next to her, but that's where that is.
I didn't do exactly 2025 stitches, but I did somewhere right around there for each one of my mania pieces. My next one is Thistle, which is the oldest of the pieces that I did. I started this one on November 7th, 2022, and it is on 32 count water lily from Witchelt, and it's pretty good. It is filled in solid to right here
Hmm.
and then way up. I mean, it goes clear up solid through here.
So pretty.
So it really does make a difference if I just stick with it. And if I was close, like up here, I was close, so I did it. This one is not finished because that's where I ran out. I did not reload my needle. I just called it good. And I have this on Pattern Keeper,
Hmm.
so it's easy to stop in the middle of a block and not have to worry about it.
Right.
But I really like this, and really probably I will pull more over and down
Hmm.
since it's taller than it is wide right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But that was fun. And then we had Mother's Day.
Hmm. So for Mother's Day, We worked on Bluegrass from Ink Circle. Here it is. Such a fun one.
You will see neither of ours look like that.
No, not at all. We kind of picked whatever we felt like on
Mine
this.
is on a 32 count limited edition fabric from Color and Cotton. Excuse me, and I'm using hellebore floss.
Yeah. And mine is on a piece of 32 count linen that's a solo dye from Silk Weaver, and I'm using Gentle Arts Lagoon.
So we kind of used versions of our favorite colors.
Hmm.
And we decided, okay, this is interesting too. Did you hit your
Not
25%?
not quite. I'm almost there because I
Okay.
just need to fill in like what's here in the middle.
So we decided afterwards that we would try and get to 25% because this is a small piece and it seems silly to drag it out. What did I tell you? It would take us like 7 years to do if we
Yeah,
kept
probably
at
so.
that pace. And so this is what my 25% looks like. Keisha's will look a little different just
Yeah.
because let's see, I can kind of get mine.
Yeah,
I
there we
would
go.
still be the opposite corner, right?
Hmm.
But it depends on which path you took.
Yeah.
It looks like
So,
we did both stop with this one.
hmm. Yeah, because I'm trying to just get to the middle there, so that I will just fill in this part, and I will do that probably here in the next few weeks or so, so that we are at the same place whenever we start it back up next
Yeah,
month.
and I don't know if I did the whole middle or just part of it,
Hmm.
but yeah. I'm happy that we decided to do that because really I would rather see this done in 4 years.
Right, right.
What would be
Yeah.
nice would be maybe we could pull it out beforehand next year and get all
Yes.
but how many stitches we would normally get in
To finish it next Mother's Day.
uh-huh to finish the quarter next
Hmm.
time. Unless we get really ambitious.
Right.
Then my next one is a new start, which is bubblegum. I think I
Mm.
pulled more than one project when I pulled that one up. This is by Lottie Da. Um, I have had this sitting around because we got, and one of them is open, so you'll get kind of an interesting shot here. We got these beautiful flosses. I'm missing one. Where to go? This is what fell, you guys. Ah, there. We got these beautiful flosses in the Saturday morning stitching box. And as soon as I saw them, I just I kept thinking, I need to do this pattern with it. So these were really cute. It's
Hmm.
Shaggy and Smurfs and Jane Jetson. Now, I thought this was going to be my pink, but really in looking at it, it's got a lot of white and it's got a lot of little spots in it.
Hmm.
So I chose a pink, and you can tell now it looks more
Yeah.
purpley,
Right.
but I chose a pink to go with it. And I'm showing you all this because what I have is a box right now.
Mm.
So the
Yeah, that'll
Smurfs
be
will
so
be the
pretty.
dark blue. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say that's gonna be so pretty. I like that palette.
Thank you. So the Smurfs are going to be what's dark blue on there. The bright blue. The lettering is the pink. And then there are two different shades of bubblegum. So, whoops, that's okay. That was the lettering. So this will be these bigger dots.
Hmm.
And this one that's speckledy is going to be all these little ones because I was thinking about the white gumballs that you get with all the little
Mm.
speckles on them.
Sure.
So it should be fun. And what I have right now, it's very exciting.
Ooh. I mean, that color is beautiful though.
It does show up really pretty. And this is 32 count pine cone by Color and Cotton. And I'm using this Saturday morning
Fun.
Saturday morning stitching. needle minder for it because, I had this sitting beside me for so long, um, because I kept thinking that's what it has to be. I had the pattern sitting there and all the flaws. And we got fabric that I almost used, but I decided it was just a little too dark. So
Mhm.
I did 512 stitches to start this, and I was going to try and go for 2025, but no. I
Right.
did it really late in the month. And that 512 made 3% of my stitching.
Awesome.
So, okay, then my next one is sea glass.
All right. I worked on this too.
So this is my third and final Manning, excuse me, Carolyn Manning piece, and it is the newest one of my three that I've shown.
Mm.
So it has the fewest stitches, but probably the most organized. Mine's on 32 count water lily by Witchelt. And I'm using all DMC. I think you are too.
They just look different. So mine's on 40 count anthracite
Yeah.
linen from Zweigert, and you have way more stitches than I do. But
It's kind of fun that your blue is definitely turning yours more blue.
hmm
And I think we decided your corner has more of the blue and that it's kind of opposite from
yeah,
the bottom. I start bottom
Mhm.
right. Keisha starts top left.
Yeah. So
But I did fill in. I mean, like this is a solid block. And again, that's where the floss ran out. That's where it
hmm
ran out. So, but I got here and there was this little part. So I
yeah,
really did not do extra stuff on this one.
and I'm doing mine by the blocks too. I have almost 2 blocks of.
I did everything like because I had a little bit of framework. I
Mhm.
did everything that I could reach in
Mm.
this. I decided ahead of time 2025 would have me do this many blocks.
Oh, gotcha.
And so I filled in everything that I could easily reach from that spot. And it worked well. I didn't have anything that was a counting error. So,
Right. Yeah. I did 191 stitches on that one.
and I did over 2000 because that was my goal.
Right.
Then my last piece that I did for the month, the one that made me change my mind, is Lottie Da's alphabet. Um, I must have, oh, it's in the bag. Okay. And this is one that I bought at the garage sale at our LNS when it was
Mhm.
here last summer. And so this was partially done. And I really thought my 2025 might finish this.
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to tell you now, everything is done but that outside border.
Mm.
So it's going to go in the gray. There was no floss with this when I got it, but I was able to easily determine that she had used DMC. So this is what it looks like.
Wow.
And I don't know whose piece this was. I don't know why it was there as an unfinished piece, but I will tell you that some of these rows, they started on the wrong thread. And I
Mm.
wonder if it just got to be like too much. And
Right.
I would believe that this is a Witchell fabric.
Mm.
So, but it's been
Oh.
fun. And
Mhm.
this one was my big one. Again, I did 2,352 stitches, which was 15% of my stitch total.
Wow.
But all the little
Awesome.
bits are done inside. This is a really fun chart.
Yeah, it looks fun.
And I like alphabets. So
Mhm.
to do the alphabets that my thought is that she's using alphabets that, or she did alphabets that she uses in her other projects,
Mm.
in
Yeah.
her in her original projects, because
Right.
she does do some reproduction stuff. But I just have one more border to go around, and I think I figured out that it's like 576 stitches.
Oh, nice. So you,
So this will be a June finish because I'm going to work on
yes,
it today.
definitely.
But I stayed up way too late last night because I thought I could get this done. And then I figured out how many stitches I would need to do to finish it off. And I thought, no, I really cannot. Um, there was when I got this, she had she worked the stitcher worked the same way I did from this side to this side, from right to left.
Mhm.
So I think I did all three G's. I did this whole row, the ABCs. She had maybe started in the middle. So I did I she did the O's, I think. And I did the M and N, and I did R's, a couple of R's, and this whole row and this row,
Mm.
which, I'm thinking this is probably 32 count, maybe 28 count, but I bought a skein of each.
Mhm.
And I was just that. So here's the reason that I was showing you all that. This is all that's left. And I still have that border to go on this one, but that's all that's left.
Wow. It's a pretty stitch heavy thing.
It used way more than I thought it was going to use.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I thought, oh, it's fine. I'm not going to need any more. And I won't. I'll be fine with one skein. But
Sure.
I think I would have had to have a second skein if
Paper
I had
double
done the
knitting.
whole thing.
Hmm.
This one I should sit over here. I have three more.
I have two.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll show one, then you show one.
All
How about
right.
that?
Perfect.
I put in like 100 stitches on this guy, and
Ah.
I'm getting so close on him. I just need to pull him out and finish him in June. Frog prints, artwork by Anita Jerem. I have this on a piece
Mhm.
of oh my gosh. I never will think about what this is. It's in the notes down below, guys, because I'm not seeing my card on it. But it's by Fiberlicious. And
Mm.
I just thought it looked like outdoors with the green and the
Yes.
blue. That's as wide as the piece is. So really, I don't have a ton left to do.
Mm. Awesome.
And I'm started this with our friend Jennifer, and she had converted it to a pattern keeper friendly file. So she shared that with me because we both had to buy the kit to get
Mm.
everything.
Sure.
And I'm so glad that I don't have to do the paper to do this. Now, I will have to use paper to do all the back stitching, but
Mm.
and I love bunnies and she loves frogs. So it
Yeah.
felt like a project made for us.
Perfect. Uh, the next thing I'm going to show was a new start that I really only worked on for one day. I only did 64 stitches on it. Uh, but it's daffodils from Works by ABC. Um, I really, really love this one. My wedding flower was daffodils. And I am doing this on a piece of 36 count Bronze Age linen from Be Stitch Me that my husband got me for our anniversary. And I'm also doing it in silks from Be Stitch Me. So there's my big start up there at the top. So obviously I need to work on it more. And this is just like the start of this flower right up here because I usually work top left, but I kind of wanted to do the flowers and then leave the blue for last. We'll see how that goes, but really, really fun. Um, we'll probably try to pull it out sometime in June. I was going to work on it again in May, but it just didn't work out for me. So,
Hmm. I get that. I'm shuffling projects because I have to think what I'm keeping out.
mm.
Um, my next one, this is my last one, is Tomato Hill by Plum Street Samplers. Now, Katie
Mm.
is doing the tomato sampler, and I get to do this cute little thing.
Awesome.
And last month I had a really good start on it. And this month I only did, I think it's 106 stitches. But I will say the house is built.
Ooh, nice.
You can see where some pumpkins are going to go,
Hmm.
tomatoes are going to go. They look like pumpkins, but it's Tomato Hill, so they are
Right.
tomatoes.
Hmm.
And look at that beautiful vine. I love all that.
Very fun.
So I sat and outlined that hill and I thought I'm going to put the stuff in it. That's where the overrun cat will go. And then I'll be able to just fill that in, which will be good during um, chat stitching for sure.
Hmm. Definitely.
You have another one?
Right. Yep. Yeah, my last
Yeah.
one that I worked on, I did 253 stitches, a little over 3% of my total. And it was, of course, Flying Pink Piggy, artwork by Lisa Victoria, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Doing this on 25 count. I'm doing 1/1. I got flosses hanging galore, but you guys already know that if you watched before. And here is where he is. I did a lot of like outlining of this little leg of his. I filled in like a whole bunch of pink here. So I'm just kind of working my way across, and then I'll go back down and work my way across again. I have done this by several different methods. I've done diagonal, I've tried color completing. I'm just kind of going wherever it takes me because I don't want a whole bunch of lines at the end of it. But I'm over 50% on it, so
Awesome.
hoping to finish it this year still. So there he is. And if you want to see my back, I think it's really fun and textured. You can definitely tell where I was doing diagonals for a bit. So I think it's fun.
Which will just add some texture to the sky.
Yeah. Well, and you can't really see it on the front
Mm-mm.
at all, but I just think it's kind of fun as like just my journey of working on this piece on the back.
I think that is it. I
Hmm.
I did pull out, I was supposed to have started um the salt boxes from Plum Street. And
Mm.
I'm starting with spring because I have all the floss. In fact, I have all the floss twice.
Oh,
And I'm not going to do them like Polaroids. I think I'm just putting one row of white around them. But
okay.
that's spring. And I was thinking that I would do spring and summer on the bottom.
Hmm.
I love that big flag that goes all the way across.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I would like to start summer on or around the start of summer. And then here is, I still have to figure out, I can't do it upside down, but here are the other two.
Mm.
So I just think they're so cute
Hmm.
and they keep calling to me. So these will get started. I need to get spring salt boxes started pretty quickly. I haven't pulled fabric. I have to figure out. I think I'm probably just putting it on in neutral, and I had some good ones pulled out when I was looking to start bubble gum. So I should be able to find something to do. And
Awesome.
then on the first day of summer, I have all my stuff down here that I'm going to start this year. But on the
Mhm.
first day of summer, I will start Summer Hill. Is that what it's called? My brain just won't do it. It's by Plum Street,
Hmm.
and it's the one it has the rabbits because that's what's supposed to come next.
Sure.
Oh, there he is. Okay, Summer Moon.
Mm.
So this will get started in June. Look at that
Oh,
huge
fun.
house.
Yes.
And two rabbits.
Nice. And just the smallest flag in front of
Yeah,
the moon.
but really cute. And I'm excited to start that one. I don't know if I will. I normally start in the bottom right, but I don't know if I want to start. I started Winter Moon in the bottom right, and it is a
Mhm.
black fence all the way. It's a
Ah,
black wrought iron gate
right.
all the way across. and I'm not sure I want to do that. So I may do a center start and
Mhm.
start right up in the middle of the house and see if I
Awesome.
can get some of that built.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Stay tuned.
that will be that will be some of my plans for the month. And yes, I
Mhm.
have a whole cube full of things to start coming up.
Awesome. Awesome. I don't really have a whole lot of plans. Um, I'm gonna work on the pics some more. I worked on that the other day and I was really excited to be working on it. So, but other than that, no real plans.
Okay. Well, I think that is probably the end of the stats for the month. I really should write all this out as soon as we get off here so that it is all ready to go next time.
Mhm.
Because it's a lot to get written down in my book and it takes me a little while and then maybe I'll think about it more as I go through the month. So,
Sure.
my poor little book, my planner during May, um I brought a mocha in and it fell and spilled all over my planner.
Oh no.
So for Mother's Day, and it got all the edges, all of my little tabbies
Hmm.
are messed up. For Mother's Day, Bree bought me a great big happy planner, and
Oh,
Katie bought me the
nice.
matching stickers that go with it.
Oh,
So,
fun.
so I will switch to that. It doesn't start until July, but
Mm.
it'll be good. I'll get to kind of build a habit to start from there in the middle of the year, and it'll be good to get into a habit with it. It's
Yeah.
bigger squares, which always helps me because I write big.
Right, right. And during the summertime too, where you're not, you don't
Hmm.
have the hecticness of the school day in there too.
Hmm. And
Just retreat season.
yeah, and maybe I can keep it, in with me during retreat and make some notes about things. And
Hmm.
because Katie and I are always looking to write things down, and we never have what we want to keep things on with us. So that would be good to kind
Sure.
of keep a record.
Yeah, definitely.
Cross your fingers for me that our contractor gets the kitchen done quickly. So I think we are going to break it to him this week that he has to be done before the end of June
Hmm.
because we have to get everything set in the kitchen and get everything out of here so that we'll be ready for retreat
Hmm. Yeah.
because we have to be on the sofa. Everything is pushed up and all that so that he can bring things through here because the
Right. Right.
kitchen is over to this side. So
Hmm.
it's just kind of hmm.
Right.
But summer brings organizing, hopefully, at our house, and it should be good.
Awesome. Sounds good.
So do you think we've rambled enough now?
Yeah, and we've given a preview of the shenanigans and a wrap up of the old shenanigans.
Yep, that's it. So then there's nothing else left to say except bye.
Bye. Have a good week.